Hello, dear friends. How are you all doing? Who does not like healthy relationships? Do you know what is the pillar behind healthy relationships? Wait. I'm telling you. Over all soft skills, we are responsible for our unhealthy relationships. Because Stephen Covey, the author of Seven Habits of Highly Effective People, once said that most people do not listen with an intent to understand, but they listen with an intent to reply. Friends, do you know that you're working hard day and night? But there is something missing in your life. There is some missing link. I know you must be wondering about this problem. We are able to get 100% success in our lives, but we are not able to reach the sky. See, just now I we are talking with our friends, we are with our staff, with our colleagues, with our grandparents, with our parents, with our family members. We are communicating, but we are not communicating with them effectively. We all want to maintain healthy IPR, which is interpersonal relationships. Just now, I talked with my friends, or let's say I talked with my daughter, my son, or my parents, or my staff members, and tomorrow they respond to me with a formal talk saying yes or no. So, what just happened over here? What could be the missing link? What is the defect in me that this happened? So first, friends, I said that we are able to get 100% success, but we are not able to reach the sky. I know you got the idea. Because there is missing communication with our thoughts. That's why we are not able to get 100. We are not able to reach the sky. Let me share you a small story about a lamb and a shepherd to explain why this is happening. There was once a lamb and a shepherd on a cold wintry night, and the shepherd observed that the lamb was shivering. The lamb was shivering because it was very cold outside, and he was looking at the shepherd. The shepherd immediately got up and wrapped his shawl around the lamb. So, what just happened over here, dear friends? This was a way of listening. There was no voice, no conversation between the lamb and the shepherd. But the shepherd immediately took an action observing the gestures of the lamb. So, here there was non-verbal communication. Most of the listening, 93% of the listening, is done by non-verbal communication, and only 7% of the listening is done by verbal communication. Secondly, I shared a thought about interpersonal relationships, that why are we not able to maintain healthy interpersonal relationships? Because we are not able to feel our thoughts with our heart, and we are not able to communicate with the other person. For that, there is something responsible, and that is amygdala. Let me share you a small poem that I have made for amygdala. To maintain the heartbeats, to maintain the heartbeats, there is only one and only one tool that is used, and that is keep activating the amygdala of the brain. You must be wondering, friends, what is amygdala? Amygdala is part of the hypothalamus of the brain, and it is solely responsible for our creativity, our perceptions, our thoughts, as well as emotions, which helps us to maintain healthy interpersonal relationships. So, dear friends, I'm Gunjan Multani, NLP Master Practitioner, a software engineer, and founder of Miracle Touch, and empoweringNLP.com is my website's name. Everyone uses different styles of listening to improve their interpersonal relationships. Some people use silent listening, which is just listening to the other person and saying yes or no. Some others use active listening. So this is generally used during attending a conference or during a dispute where the other person, we are just listening and we are listening to the speaker and not interrupting the speaker. Some others use sympathetic listening, in which we are just listening the other person but not helping them out. We are sympathizing with their feelings. And others use empathetic listening, which is basically listening to the other person, understanding their feelings, and also helping them out unconditionally. You can now find out your ways to improve your listening skills to grow your interpersonal relationships. Silence can also be a part of listening. You must be wondering, why did I keep quiet for some time? Because I am in favor of the thought of silence means yes, and silence speaks louder than words. Hearing is also a part of listening. We are hearing with focus, where we are actually paying attention to what the other person is saying. And then there is hearing without focus, where we are just doing but not actually listening to the content of the other person, what they are trying to communicate with us. Listening can be a great soft skill for your mind. There are a lot of benefits towards listening. Listening is used in problem solving, decision making, maintaining healthy IPR, which is interpersonal relationships with our staff, our family, our colleagues, our co-workers, our children. There are some barriers towards listening as well. Some of the barriers which I'll talk about today are that, let's say that I'm actually attending a virtual meeting using a Zoom application, and during that time the mute button is off. So in that case, what happens? There is a lot of background noise, due to which I cannot hear what the other speaker is trying to say. Then my children might come and they may create a lot of distraction. Then there is traffic noise from outside, due to which I cannot pay attention to what the other person is trying to communicate. And then there is prejudiced listening, dear friends, in which, let's say that I already know the topic and I'm attending a seminar, but I already know what the other person is saying, so I'm not actually paying focus. I'm not attentive to what the other person is saying. I'm prejudiced because of my thoughts. So, dear friends, in listening, we also have one more thing that I would like to share today. 30% of the listening comprises of listening, and 70% of it also comprises of hearing, reading, and speaking and writing. Let me share you a small story about the journey from an infant to a toddler and then towards adulthood, as to how every human being uses listening skills at every stage of their life. So let's say that a new infant is born, and during that time the doctor inverts the baby. Do you know why? The only reason is because they want to make the baby cry. The baby cries and gives a speech, because until now the baby was inside the womb of the mother, secure. And now suddenly the baby is outside and has heard the voice of humans as well as the machine noise, due to which they used their listening skills and they gave a speech by crying. Then at the age of 1, the first few words a baby learns is saying mama, and papa. These words actually the baby learns to speak because why? Because we as parents teach them to say mama and papa. So here they use listening skills as well. Then at the age of 4, the baby tries to say A for apple, B for boy. These words again, we being parents, we teach them, so the baby again use the listening skills to learn these words. Then at the age of 5, we teach them how to write, draw a 1 or a 0. So, dear friends, as I mentioned earlier, 30% comprises of listening and 70% comprises of hearing, reading and speaking and writing. So, dear friends, listening can be used in all walks of life to improve your IPR, which is interpersonal relationships, and also grow and achieve a lot of success. So when are you using your listening skills to achieve all the success in your life? Have a great day. Thank you.